What's going on, guys? Big up the Hex here. I have a game of domination on Foundation using the L118. I'm going to be capturing flags and at the same time defending flags while still trying to kill people. Anyway, the reason I wanted to make this, and just so you know, I have commentaries like these stacked up. You know, I have games where I go 35-11, but I play the objective like a champ. I have games where I go 47-12, like this one, and whatever. The gameplay is just a background for you to watch while you hear me talk about certain things, right? And this brings me to a very good topic. Earlier today on Twitter, we had a very good discussion on why there's this misconception that all MLG pros... Okay, well, I shouldn't say that. All right, let me start from the beginning at the top of the list, all right? So, I'm taking a poop. I'm reading my Twitter, and I read Fearcrat saying something like, I don't understand why MLG pros hate me. When I was at MLG Orlando, they all seemed cool to me. And then I said, well, who hates you? Or why do you say this? So last night on Painkiller already, Woody's Gamertag said something that he said that MLG pros hate people like Fearcrads and Incredible Orb because of the gameplays that they get, and the MLG pros should be getting more views. Now, I know that that's not what he meant. He just said it, but didn't bother to explain because, you know, I don't know. Because I think that he thought that everybody was going to take it the same way. Now, which is the way he meant it, which was that obviously some pros feel this way, not all pros. So, you know, it got me thinking, right? Like, this is a good topic. So I tweeted out, how many pros actually hate people like Fearcrads or Incredible Orb? And only two pros, two pros that I actually know to be pros replied, and one of them said that he hates them because, and I hate to use the word hate because he used it, but I know that that's not what he meant. He may have said disliked or hate, because you can't really hate someone because they're doing better than you. Or I don't know, maybe he can. I don't know, but the reason this happened, right, was because some people in the Call of Duty, you know, community that watches Call of Duty content sometimes have the misconception or sometimes think that people like Fearcrats or Incredible Orb are good, and they say, man, you're a fucking beast. So MLG pros say, well, I could do that, right? And they feel a bit, you know, like they're being looked over because some people are watching. Now, I'm on both sides of the thing, right? I'm a YouTuber, but I'm also very, very involved with MLG and MLG pros and whatever. And I know that there's always going to be two sides to every opinion, right? There's going to be people that agree and people that disagree, and a healthy balance is always something that has always been okay with me, right? You know, you should always be allowed to feel and say what you want without the fear of some sort of retribution. I missed 3 times there. I am human. I'm not the fucking, you know, I'm not an aimbot. If you have never missed shots like that, I'd like to meet you and shake your hand and would also ask you to prove it. But anyway, getting back to the topic. So I think if you would like to dislike someone, that's fine. You have the right to. Okay? But the respect that you should give each other is something that should always be mandatory. Because I'm gonna fight both sides of the fence here, okay? Fence, yeah, funny. Anyway, all right. So you have MLG pros, okay? Now we're gonna be let's talk work ethic, okay? MLG pros spend on average 8 to 10 hours a day perfecting their game to keep up with other pros who are doing the same, okay? Now, you know, they see this and they're like, man, you know, these YouTubers just fucking get on and it's easy for them to get a gameplay, so they spend half an hour getting gameplay and then they talk over it and that's it. Well, now let me fight it for the YouTuber, okay? The YouTuber is going to get online and play just as much, if not more, than a YouTuber. Okay, so on average, a hardcore YouTuber that works their asses off, like Woody's Gamertag and Whiteboy7 Street, T Martin, etc. And I'm only naming these guys because they are the most known and these are the guys that you're more likely going to recognize. You know, but there are other people out there that work their asses off doing the exact same thing, right? But obviously, you know, I'm not saying that they exist. There's a lot of people that do this, right? They get on, they play for a long time. But the YouTuber, okay, spends on average 4 to 6 hours extra, okay, talking about the gameplay, editing the gameplay, programming their YouTube, scheduling their videos, and on top of that, okay, they have the mental and physical capacity to always, always, always come up with brand new shows, come up with brand new topics to talk about. If you're a YouTuber, a hardcore YouTuber, and I'm gonna use Woody as an example because I have it fresh on my memory. I just had a conversation with him at VidCon, and he said that it's been something around 736 days where he's uploaded a video every single day. Now, if you think about it, that's 736 different videos. 730. Now, obviously, I may not be accurate with the number. Okay, it's not that fresh in my memory. But even if you put it into perspective, right? 500 videos. Okay, one video every single day. One different video every single day, one different topic every single day is not an easy thing to do. Okay, not to account the personality, how he tells the story, how White Boy 7th Street tells his stories, and how X-Jaw says his stories, how I say my stories, my ability to keep on track sometimes and not get, start talking about something else. It's not an easy thing to do. Okay, so that's the side of the YouTube, right? Now, if you think about it from a pro player's perspective, the mental strain and physical strain that it takes to endure a 2-day long tournament where you are requested to be at a certain place at a certain time to play your match is, that's the physical part, right? Because these guys have to stay warm. They have to make sure that, they have all their shit. They have a schedule to keep. They can't stay up late. They can't go party at an MLG event because they got to be up at a certain time to play a certain match. And this goes on an entire day, right? And then for the pro players that actually make it into the championship Sunday, that's where the stress comes in. That's where, the stress of your mind is just so tired because you have to keep track of what enemies, not enemy, but what teams are advancing, what teams got knocked out, what strategy they use, how are you going to play against them, how do you get, how do you advance from this round, what gets you to the final thing. Now, while all this is happening in your head, you still haven't eaten because you have back-to-back matches at 10 in the morning, and then you have to wait 4 hours before you play, so you're not as warmed up as you want. And obviously, there are pro player lounges where players stay warmed up, but at the same time, nothing is going to prepare you for you getting on main stage to try to perform your best against someone that is just as good as you and in front of 100 people, plus the thousands that are watching from home, right? So that, the pressure to perform in front of people is very, very hard. Now, for some of us who have been doing YouTube a very, very long time, it's very easy to get in front of, in front of 100 people and talk with ease because we're used to it. We're used to talking and, but some of us, some YouTubers would not be able to do that. It's easier to talk to a microphone and a screen as opposed to be in front of a microphone in front of 10 to 15 people. Now imagine 100 people plus 1,000 people watching. And they're all either there to see you fail. Not all, but I'm saying there's that small minority that's there to see you fail, and then there's obviously your supporters, right? So you have both sides. One trying to see you fail, one that. So the mental strain that has on a pro player is something that a lot of us are never ever going to be able to understand. But at the same time, the mental strain and the physical strain that a YouTuber who is doing this as the main source of their income to support their family, that stress is not an easy thing to do, because although a pro player has themselves and their teammates to look after, there are people like Woody's Gamertag, myself, and other YouTubers who are, who do this full time, and this is what their family is going to be, supported by. This is what is going to keep their family fed, their family clothed and sheltered. So again, it's not a matter of who is better, who is what. All right, pro players are obviously better at the game, right? But at the same time, they don't have the right to hate on a YouTuber because he gets more views, talking and entertaining over a video shitting on people that are not that good. And at the same time, and I don't know if this has ever happened, YouTubers can make fun of a pro player who is the best in the game and they only have, say, 10 followers on Twitter or 100 or 1,000 followers on Twitter when you have 50K to 100K. It's again, it's a thing where we have to find a healthy balance of both. We both love Call of Duty. We YouTubers play it for the love of the game and the love of entertaining and the love of just having fun. Pro players do it for the exact same reasons, except that they take it a little bit more serious and they care more about winning than they do about anything else. All right, they don't care about the money. They don't care about anything else. And it's nice. Money's nice, and it's always nice. But most of these players, do it for the love. They love to be the best at something, and that's what it is. So, what did we learn? I don't know. I don't know if I spoke clearly enough to make you learn anything, but I can only ask you to keep an open mind. Love each other or hate each other, but above anything else, respect each other. Pros work hard, YouTubers work hard, and that's the way it is. No one is working harder than the other. It's just that one is way better than the other at the same game that they're playing. But we're all playing the same game, so let's all fucking play along. If we're not going to play along, let's at least respect each other. If you want to leave me your comments, your thoughts on this, guys, please let me know in the comment section. A like would be appreciated, of course. On the left, you're going to see the newest top 5 kill cams on the week, and on the right, you're going to see a new game, a first-person shooter game called Combat Arms. It's a free-to-play PC game. I will put the free download link in the description, so you can download it if you want. And that's going to be that. If you have any questions, again, leave it in the description, and please leave a like if you choose to. Until next time, this has been OpTic. I'm out. Peace.